been fantastic to us over here.
Yeah, we have a few faves, but these two would be definitely through to the semi-finals
Right up
of
there.
Wimbledon. There's no doubt about that. And you and I, a couple of old Preston boys, just
Grew up watching Preston in the VFA, coming here and kicking the footy around. So it was always good to get here.
It always makes me feel better. Joining us in special comments and our player watch today is Siobhan Rowe. How are you, Siobhan?
Good, thanks, Crooksy. Looking forward to this game. Last time these two sides met, it was a draw, with Irving Mosquito kicking a goal in the dying seconds to rob the Knights of the 4 points. So if we get another game like that, we're in for an absolute cracker.
Should be a beauty. And your player watch today?
Yep, today for the Northern Knights, midfielder turned running halfback Tom McKenzie will be the player watch. He is composed in high pressure situations, makes good decisions and has good skills by hand and by foot. He's also able to win the contested ball to complement his outside abilities. He's a key to the Knights side, recently playing for Vic Metro in the championships, showing off his trademark run and composure in two really strong performances, earning 23 disposals in his first outing, and he's averaging 24.3 disposals, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 6.9 clearances at TAC Cup level in 2018. And for the Gippsland Power, another halfback, Matthew McGannon. Last week, he amassed 23 disposals, 7 marks, but the most important part at 78% efficiency, to also go along with 7 inside 50s and 5 rebounds. The overager has had a consistently strong season for the Power, using the ball supremely well, ranking 4th for kicking efficiency in the TAC Cup this year at 75%. He was also selected to play for Vic Country in the championships and won 16 disposals and 6 tackles while showing off his clean skills and marking capability. He's averaging 28 disposals and 10 marks in the TAC Cup this year and will be an important part of the Gippsland Power side today.
So for those playing at home, watching the live stream through taccup.com.au, Matthew McGannon wears the number 18 for Gippsland and Tom McKenzie wears the number 4 for the Northern Knights, and he's the skipper too, isn't he, Tom? From memory?
Question without notice. We'll have to watch the toss. We're not good at catching the toss.
Oh, that's right, Braden Gillard, but he's out injured. Down on the ground is Matty Cox. How are you, Matt?
I'm very well, Crooksy, as the Northern Knights just come out onto the ground. Been up and about. Heard a bit of noise coming out of their rooms prior to them coming out on the ground, so they're up and about for this match here at Preston City Oval. Not too bad out here on the ground too. It's fairly firm. There's a few burnt patches across the ground, but fairly solid underfoot, which should make for some good footy today. Not much of a breeze to speak of either. Slightly favouring the Bell Street end, but I don't think it should play any significant role in the match today. And it's a little bit overcast, but looking at the forecast, no rain on the radar, which is good. And it's a beautiful 17 or 18 degrees, I think, today. So perfect conditions for footy.
I think it should be good. We're witnessing a new scoreboard here at Preston City Oval. And geez, Rick, that other scoreboard's been there as long as I can remember.
Yes, since we were kicking footies around when we were 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So this upgrade, yeah, that would be the first upgrade, I'd imagine. Or they would have built, they would have built the brick in the 70s, the brick scoreboard at some stage.
Yeah.
Around it. But, no, fantastic. Good to see the digital. We can see that pretty clearly, can't we?
Yes.
The Power in the red and the Knights in the white. We can see it clear enough, no worries.
It should be good. Looking forward to it. We're going to take our first break and be back on the other side of this for round 13 action. Of course, there's some other games going on as we speak. We'll keep you updated with those. TAC Cup, and I think there's a game on at the MCG. I woke up this morning, I thought it was grand final day. I thought I'd been asleep for about 2 months.
The important game
wrap
was
around in the paper, and what?
Okay.
Is it grand final day?
Is it because the Bombers won? Or?
No, the Richmond-Collingwood game. It was just, there was lift-outs and that, and I thought, gee, I missed the parade yesterday. I was asleep.
I was going to say, Crooksy, the important game was last night, wasn't it?
I thought that was the big game. We'll get onto that later. We're back on the other side of this. You're on TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and work wear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your #1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Preston City Oval, the round 13 action between the Knights and the Power about to get underway. Rick?
We're not trying any rule changes today or anything like that. It's been a bit in the news of late, hasn't it?
That has been controversial. A big
but
controversy.
they've done a backflip, I believe, the AFL.
Yeah, well, I think in all... Well, the first thing, or it might not be the first thing I thought of, but I just thought, with your boy at full forward for North, you know, if North happened to be playing in one of those games, I don't want the Coleman medal compromised.
Yeah, I'm not so sure anything would be compromised because it's just a matter of adjusting. And the rule changes weren't that dramatic. They were just basically getting back to basics and having a couple in the forward line to just try and open up the play around the middle bit. So I don't think it was changed. It is different. And I don't think it would have made a change to the Brownlow or the Coleman.
Well, the only thing is, you just say Buddy was playing on one game, he'd be playing under slightly different rules than Ben Brown at another ground, and that's not fair.
I don't think it was the way to do it.
It might not affect the goals, but it's like those things have just got to be all above board, I think.
Yeah,
we love the forwards and the backs in TAC Cup.
Oh, no doubt. And I think there will be change in time to try and open up congestion, whether that's less interchange or zones inside 50, players inside 50. I think that's going to happen later. The one rule I want to see stay is the third man up rule or the nominate ruckman. I want the ruckman to do their job, Crooksy.
You don't like the third man up?
No, I hated it, and I called for the end of it, and we got it. And one of the main reasons you're seeing ruckman favourite for the Brownlow and playing well is because they're allowed to do their job. They don't do enough as it is. They don't take enough marks.
He's never liked ruckman.
They don't take enough marks around the ground. So why take that skill away when there's a boundary throw in, and just give a Jordan Lewis an easy jump over the top while they're wrestling, you know, for position and strength? I'd leave it to the ruckman. That's what they're there to do.
All right, the toss has been run and won, and Tom McKenzie is leading the Knights in the absence of Braden Gillard, and he won the toss and is kicking to the Bell Street or city end of the ground. And Xavier Dersma's the captain of Gippsland, and we've spoken to both boys this year, Rick.
Fantastic.
He's
looking forward
both very impressive young fellows. Xavier Dersma, we met him out at that's the siren.
And the train.
And the 158 to South Morang going past us at the back here. That always scares us. Selections. Now, both these teams are coming off wins last week. The Knights beat the Greater Western Victorian Rebels up at Mars Stadium, 83 to 61. And the Gippy Power beat the Western Jets down at their home ground in Morwell, 116 to 59. Selections?
I'll go the Knights, just with the home ground advantage. I think they might.
I went for the Knights.
I went for Gippsland on their recent form.
Maddo?
Gippsland for me, second side of the competition.
Just check
Round 13 action, Rick. Take it away.
Up they go in the ruck and knocked down by Smith, and it's sharked away nicely by Di Tenasante, and the Knights work it down towards forward 50. Inside it comes, boundary side, Brazier tries to work it inboard. He does to Wild over the back. It's in the goal square. The Knights have got numbers and they'll have a shot on goal and poke that through Joel Naylor. And that was a nice goal to start off the day inside the first minute for the Knights with Naylor on his left. And
look at that scoreboard do its work.
The scoreboard is about to update. 1 goal straight, 6. That is on the NG scoreboard, and we're under a minute into this first quarter on the Technica time clock.
Very clever goal from Joel Naylor there. Well done to Sonny Brazier, who was able to get the handball out under extreme pressure. Perfect start for the Knights.
All right, we've got Nicholas Barrow in the ruck for the Northern Knights. Dersma can't get it. Quick kick out by the Knights. Still inside the centre square. This is Hayes, Tyrone. Ball on the deck. It's a dry deck at the end of July, which is in itself can be a little bit unusual. In the ruck for Gippsland is Josh Smith. Smith and Barrow. Tap down, Dersma gets it. Interception. Little handball out. Good work in heavy traffic. A quick kick up forward by Din Tinasante, and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds. Half forward at the southern end of the ground. Ball to be thrown in. We are approaching 2 minutes into this first quarter. Barrow and Smith. Smith gets the Duke down. Hayes, hacking kick forward.
Has to be deliberate.
Good call, Rick. Good call, early days.
That's when you want them paid. It was almost right angles.
Jackson Davies gets the resultant free kick. Couple of kicks out from goal. Kicks to the hot spot. The big men fly. 2 bites of the cherry. No one can take it. Ball gets flicked out into the pocket. Short kick. Spots up his teammate in Matthew McGannon. One of Siobhan's player watch. His kick misses the target. Bokert goes backwards, goes to McKenzie. It's a long kick. I reckon it's through. That's an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender. The skipper puts it through. Tom McKenzie gets the Knights second as the NG scoreboard clicks over to 2 goals straight, 12. And of course, NG, sponsor of the Gippsland Power and the Technica time clock, Rick, sponsor of the Northern Knights, 2.5 minutes in.
Dream start for the Northern Knights and wonderful goal from Tom McKenzie from outside 50. He's a beautiful kick and he's been playing off half-back recently, snuck up forward and showed his skill.
Smith with it, hand down. They get it, fresh air shot, and holding the ball it was. That tackle on Austin Hodge was worked clear. They'll take a bounce here and work it through Potter. Down towards a lead inside 50, beautiful. Top one over the sconnet as he was heading down, but the umpire allowed that.
Good
and Simonson, Charlie.
Wonderful run from Lockie Potter.
So Simonson will kick from right on the 50, 45-degree angle, kicking down towards Sacred Heart School there in the background. And he will come in from 50. Oh, he's kicked into the man on the mark. It's gone, travelled 30 metres and allows Gippsland to mop up, that time through Smith, but they can't break away. Good work by the Knights just to keep it inside that forward pocket area. Little hand over the line, out of bounds it goes.
Good forward pressure from the Northern Knights, keeping the ball inside their forward 50 for another chance to score.
They just seem to have a bit more urgency at the moment when they've got the ball in their hands, the Knights.
Ball thrown in, Smith gets the tap down. Vice-like tackle, 2 Vice-like tackles. Bell not going anywhere. And the umpire will come and ball this up. We are 25 metres out from the Knights' goal. Game being played on the Northern Knights forward line. Oh, this is an easy one. Just waltzing through Josh Tenasante. Just picked it up, kicked it on the old outside of the foot, Rick, for the old... That's the way they play, isn't it? Beautiful goal.
Did it well. That's the leader, I'd say, for the AFL draft.
Oh, I like Mackenzie's.
Oh, Mackenzie's, yeah.
I like Mackenzie's.
Mackenzie's in front, yep.
That NG scoreboard looking very nice early doors for the Knights. 3 goals straight, 18. The Power yet to score. And the Technica time clock just ticked past 5 minutes.
Classic small forward play from Josh Dinasante there. Really good snap.
Never been able to get that right.
Dinasante.
He did play for Preston, might be his dad, I think.
Uncle.
Mm-hmm. And played good footy for Preston. Good mark in defence that time. And that should be taken by Mitch Wild. And he's just weighing it up before he kicks long to a contest. Naylor brings it to ground. Well sharked that time by Grace. They get it out but can't break away. Oh, crashing through nicely there, Reed. They paddle it forward underneath the commentary and it's out of bounds. And good work by Reed. Just took on the tackler, Kyle Reed. Umpire underneath us, centre wing here at Kramer Street. Good show of strength that time. That was worked down by Henkel. A tackle there by Reed. This could be pinged. Umpire said no opportunity. So we'll have a ball up. Centre wing again. Up they go. Barrow taps it forward. Can't break away. Now Barrow gets it again, swung 360. Took a bit long to get the hand out, and they'll give it to Austin Hodge here, Crooksy.
Hodge looking for Mosquito, overcooks the kick. Knights have got numbers. Now Bailey Beck comes in. Love's got leather poisoning, Bailey Beck. There's a quick kick up forward, good show of strength. Mark not paid.
Ooh, I think he might have had enough of that.
I think it's not paid. No, it's not paid. First time forward for the Gippsland Power. They are 25 metres out from their goal. They're kicking to the Preston Market or northern end of the ground. Quick kick out. Mark at the back beautifully. Matty McGannon. Handball straight away to Dersma. Dersma sets sail for home. Straight through the middle from the skipper. That's what the Power boys wanted. That's their first. 1 goal straight 6. The Northern Knights 3 goals straight 18 on the NG scoreboard. And the Technica time clock creeping up to 8 minutes in this first quarter.
That goal came from the Gippsland Power's raise in pressure. Beginning of the game, a bit slow to get started, but certainly raised their tackle pressure, and that forced a turnover and a goal.
Back in the middle. Good game so far on our hands. Looking good footy. I'm anticipating a good game. Tapped down by Barrow. They work it forward towards 50 to a one-on-one. Brazier at the front. Brings it down. Not quite able to. Oh, that was good work by Gippsland, and they'll clear. And a bit of a spearing pass out in front. Henkel gets it. Just paddles it forward and then backs it up with a tackle on Gardner. Knights in a bit of trouble here, but they've got numbers at the back through Mitch Weil. He'll go inside centre to Bogut. Oh, bumped off it beautifully by Flanders. He lost it. Good pressure inside the centre square with Flanders again dishing it off and paddling it towards 50. But Knights get the numbers back again through Bogut. They work it clear out of the problem zone. Lucenti gets it inside 50. They just need a good bounce here. It's a one-on-one duel. Again, the back line holding up there of Gippsland through Hayes, who'll work it towards the wing. Oh, crunch, but nice take out in front. Was that Motton over there? And he'll play on and spear the pass. Beautiful work. Nice long kick that time by Neoculis. Gets it inside. Lucente with a handoff. Again, they're not going far. Austin Hodge, he'll give it off to Hayes. They work it inside 50 here, Gippsland. 2 against 2. The Knights defender got tripped there. Play on's the call. Underneath the scoreboard, the MG scoreboard, we'll have a throw-in. We're about 35 out from goal. Up they go. They tap it forward, trying to work it clear. Again, a number of handballs, a number of tackles. Can't break away just yet. Oh, he's rodeo riding there. Up on top of his shoulders, but the umpire let him go.
It's like watching the wrestling, Rick.
It was a bit. And there's 25 players around this ball up. That won't help him clear it. Mosquito. Oh, he got one high. He'll take the mark, little Mozzie. Irving. And he's going to kick from 45.
He can be a real pest up forward for the opposition.
Very good.
Mosquito. Irving. We like watching him, don't we?
Oh, he can play.
Very busy player.
Really exciting player, very explosive and usually a very good kick.
So Mosquito comes in from 45, not much of an angle. He's on the left and he kicks it low and it's held up beautifully through the middle, and that's a great goal. Nice kick off the boot, and that's their second goal of the day. 2 goals straight, 12 plays, 3 goals straight, 18. Knights have a 1-goal lead on the NG scoreboard, and we are 11 minutes into this first quarter on the Technica time clock.
They didn't panic, did the Gippsland Power, when the Knights put on 3 goals early. They've worked their way into the game very, very nicely.
Henkel and Barrow, Henkel and Jaden Collins in the ruck. Henkel for the Gippsland Power. Henkel gets the tap down. Knights get the clearing kick. That's through Sam Philp. Solid in defence, Gippsland. They go out wide. Mark taken by McGannon. He's been busy early. Going to get caught. Gets the handball away. On to Smith. He's going to get dragged down, holding the ball. Great run and tackle. And that was by
nearly
Joel,
back him in. He's a long kick, Naylor.
Joel Naylor. 189 and 87. Whatever breeze there is, he will have at his disposal over his shoulder. He's going to kick from just outside 50. Naylor for the Knights, left footer. Long, low, hard and direct. Beautiful goal, Joel Naylor. That's his second. That is the Northern Knights' 4th. They move on to 4 goals straight, 24 on the NG scoreboard. Gippsland are 2 goals straight, 12, and the Technica time clock is just ticking over to 13 minutes.
Can't get a better kick than that. Wonderful pressure and tackle, well rewarded, Joel Naylor.
Penetrating kick is Naylor, that's for sure.
That's 2 good kicks for goal, not trying to kick the air out of it.
Yeah, excellent kicks. Back in the middle, up they go. And Barrow getting a slight hand on it. They went without it. Good pressure from both teams, but a high tackle will be rewarded to Dersma. Just got into trouble, but worked his body well.
I like this bloke.
Good size about him. Classy mover. Moved it on to McGannon. He goes wider through Patterson. Patterson kicks to Hodge, who takes a juggling mark. Just try to play on, and now he'll kick it back towards centre half forward. Punched away. Knights with numbers, should be able to clear, but went without it. Handed off by Grace. They'll work it clear through Grace again. They've got numbers outside, and the Knights through Oscar White. He'll move it across to Potter. Potter goes back even further, and the pass out wide, hugs the boundary, was just out, just off the side of the boot there. And now taking it's Ned Flanders. He goes inboard. He's found that man McGannon again. Been in a lot. Back to Flanders. Really impressed us over the last couple of years, Flanders. He goes over the top. Handball inside 50 now it goes. Hodge worked it clear. Just couldn't quite pick it up there. They're in the forward pocket. Press the market side of the ground. And the umpires let them go to try and paddle it out, but they couldn't get it out. And there'll be a ball up.
That handball, Rick, was by Bailey Beck. Beautiful. Right, bit of an underground, but perfect for his team.
Thread the needle beautifully.
Tapped it to the front. They're hugging the boundary at the moment. Again, they can't get it clear, but eventually over the line it goes. This might allow them to do something here. Boundary throwing. Gippsland attacking. 24 plays 12. Big high throw. They punched it towards the front, and centre half forward it is. Snap on goal, beautiful smother. That was great work. And the smother came from Philp. They get it down further afield. Lucenti's the target. He does well, picks it up beautifully. Great skills to bring it inside and give it to his teammate in white. Went without it. And it ends up with a advantage paid to the Gippsland Power. That was worked clear by Neocleus. Down towards the full forward area, but the Knights with the intercept again. And Potter will take the mark here at half back and play on. He's run around in circles there, took off. He's going all over the place, but he's effective in what he's doing. He wanted it back, but Grace has it. And he kicks a floater down towards centre half forward. Over the back it goes. Gippsland again. They mop up with numbers, but the kick's overcooked. It finds Flanders, and he thumps it 65 metres. Inside 50 it goes. Over the back, but it's all Knights. If they can get there, Gippsland, they're a chance. They'll be able to mop up through Randall and kick along, and Barrow will take the mark.
Barrow lays off the handball to Trudgeon. Trudgeon goes to centre wing. Now the Knights have got one loose in Wild. Cameron Wild crosses 50, looks ahead, kicks towards goal, and it's an AFL Draft Central goal of the day, if I've ever seen one. Didn't panic one iota, just took his time and measured it. And that is Cameron Wild's first goal. That is the Northern Knights' fifth. 5 straight 30 to 2 straight 12. The Knights lead by 18 on the NG scoreboard. 17 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Magnificent goal from Cameron Wild there. He had Sonny Brazier in the goal square leading, but backed himself to kick it, and was it a mighty kick. And that's come off the back of really quick ball movement and good foot skills.
I think we've got an encroachment.
Too many in the middle.
Oh, too many in the middle.
And it's with Henkel. He's going to kick long and straight. He does that to centre half forward. Big fly. They bring it to ground. No clear ball here. Good tackling there. Keeps it inside 50 for Gippsland. And they'll have a ball up. A lot of players around it. Up they go, thumped away by Barrow. Mosquito will swoop onto it. He gets on the left, or it's off the side of the boot, but it might favour them. They bring it to ground. Hodge goes across ground. He's got a man out there that was Patterson, who jumps around, but lands it in the hands of the Knights defender there in Hurley. Oh, sorry, we got that player, Main.
I'll find him for you.
I don't think we've got the number on there.
I'll find him for you.
We'll work it out. Anyway, back in the middle it goes. Good pick up by Philp. They work it clear and the Knights will go down towards half forward. Just waited on it, Bogut. And it just allowed McGannon to come in. McGannon goes wide. Good use of the body by Mackenzie. But again, Gippsland have the answers through Hodge. Getting a fair bit of it. This time he kicks it out of bounds, or no, they just kept it in. And again, they've hugged the boundary nicely there, Gippsland.
John Naylor's just come to the bench, guys, sucking in a lot of air in the hands of the trainers at the moment.
Right, now it's with Sturgis at half-back for the Knights. They'll work it to Mitch Wild. It went between his feet. Mosquito spoiled it, gave it to Hodge. Over the back, yet again, a uncontested mark in defence for the Knights. And they work it off clearly to Rossi. Oh, big fly by Flanders. Punched the ball. Probably could have took it. Now they've got it again. The Knights through Sturgis. Trying to work it out of that troubled zone. But again, it's just kicked off the ground. Down towards half forward. A high tackle, and
now,
this will be the Knights.
Number 60 is Stefan Uslik, who normally wears 28. So
Gotcha.
he's on the thing.
Solid player in defence.
Must have been a blood rule.
Knights go into the middle. Joel Trudgeon plays on, caught with a footy, holding the ball. He's going to give it back. There we go. Now he's giving it back. This is Mitch Bentvelsen. Kicks into the 50. Man, he's drunk. Good mark.
They've been
Solid.
reading the play really well, the Knights defenders.
Jackson Davies goes in short to Sturgis, gives the handball away. Now the Knights through Gardner go out wide. Might have been a bit of hand in the back there. Cameron Wilder's got it.
He won't be over. Now Cameron's Mitch's younger brother, I believe.
He is. Good size. Cameron Wild, bang on centre wing right in front of the grandstand here at Preston City Oval. Wild, that's a dirty big up and under. The big men fly. Oh, Din Tenasante, come round, hits a Wilbur. Hits
Looked
the
like it was
post.
going to come back, didn't it?
Had
That
the
would have
right,
been the goal of the day.
had the right angle on it. First behind of the day. Power bring it back in. They're going along the eastern side, or the Mary Street side of the ground. They kick to centre wing. Good punch by Potter. Gardner grabs it. Tries to squeeze a handball out. That's a discussion for another day, Rick. These right-handed handballs that squeeze out on the wrong angle. A bit worried about it.
A bit like a flick pass. I'm more worried about the ones they bring over the top of the head and punch it backwards. So I worry about those ones.
Incorrect disposal is the rule.
Anyway, back in centre wing, eastern side of the ground. Now they work it out, and Hodge gets stumped after he kicked it. Play on's a call, Mosquito. They get it out. Or they get balled over there, and the Knights player there in Gardner. And we'll have a ball up.
Austin Hodge for the Gippsland Power has made a very explosive start, racking up possessions.
60 metres out from the Powers goal. They're trying to work it out of the trouble area. They can't, the Knights. I'd say the reason for this lead, not only how good the Knights have been in the forward 50, but their defenders have just marked everything.
Been excellent up back. Din Tenasante gets the ball, kicks up forward. Chaos footy at the top of the 50-metre arc. tackle. They're under pressure. Cool in the crisis was Kyle Reid. He goes out wide. Gippsland mark. We're between half-back and wing. Outer side of the ground. Goes in short to McGannon. They just look to set. In the shadows of quarter time, Dersma. He goes in short. Mark spilt. Knights can turn the ball over. They kick up forward. It is all Gippsland and out of bounds. Or out of bounds on the full. Just out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in. It is the Northern Knights leading by 19 points. Boundary umpire retrieves the footy. Set comes in. Good throw in. Barrow and Henkel. Henkel gets the tap down. Gippsland power. Drive it from half back. Good solid defence. Nucleus has got the Dustin Martin haircut too, which is an interesting one. We're at half forward flank, right in front of the famous Kramer's Hotel. Barrow taps it down towards Bell. Quick hands. They're working with it on the deck. Gippsland caught, dispossessed, holding the ball. Some good tackling and some good rewarding of tackling by the umpires in this first quarter, which helps the game move. They go forward, the Knights, working close to the boundary line. Dispossessed, on one knee, Bell, can't take it. Dintinasante gets it across towards Randall. Solid going. Eventually Gippsland go forward, worked under the footy. It's kicked up forward. It's a stall gift. The race is on. My money's on Potter. He just gets a slipper to it. Few hearts in mouths there, but the Northern Knights keep the ball out. Quarter to City Oval. The Northern Knights 5-1-31 to the Gippsland Power. 2 goals straight, 12. Who's got the goals? I've got them, if you need them. I've
got them, Crooksy.
Go for it, Rick.
Mackenzie, Dintinasante, Cameron Weil, and 2 to Naylor. For the Power, we've got Dersma and Mosquito, the goal kickers.
All right. Just the 2 boys you had in the gun for this first quarter?
Yes, Mitch McGannon is now up to 7 disposals, 5 of them kicks, showing off his skills really well. And Tom McKenzie from the Knights, 4 disposals and a wonderful goal from outside 50 in that first quarter.
Good work. When you're out there, Matto, if you can just see, the Knights have got double black armbands on today. If you can just find out from Rye.
I can, yep.
Or Jason what the story is there. Quarter time here. It is the Knights by 19 points. This is TAC Cup Radio live stream through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your #1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. Z Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the man. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Quarter time here at Preston City Oval. 5-1, 31 the Nighters. The Power, a 2-goal straight 12 at the MCG. Siobhan?
Currently unfolding at the MCG is the game between Richmond and Collingwood, and the Tigers are leading by 7 points 5 minutes into the second quarter.
And there's another game going on?
There's another game at the moment. The Geelong Cats taking on the Brisbane Lions up at the Gabba, and the Lions are leading by 1 point.
I think that's down at Geelong.
Yeah, it's
it is, sorry. Down at Geelong at GMHBA Stadium, the Lions leading by 1 point 20 minutes into the first quarter.
And you did well with the GMHBA getting that out so well.
Absolutely. And for those that were out last night who... you don't need to do that.
I think you can notify everyone about that one.
It was only 43 points. And it's always nostalgic for us, Rick, because our first game we ever called here, right. Michael Hurley was best on ground. I remember we both interviewed him in that next door there.
That's true.
And last night he just towelled up the supposed best player in the game. I thought. Got the 3 votes.
Played very, very well, keeping Buddy to 2 goals, which came from, you could say, some dubious free kicks.
All right. Thoughts on the first quarter while Matt's just waiting for the huddle to break up? What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a terrific first quarter. I expected a bit of a shootout, actually, Crooksy, before the game.
Okay.
From both of these teams. And I think we're going to get it. The Knights already slammed on 5. Gippsland just got to sort out their forward line because there's far too many intercept marks deep in the defence of the Knights. Around that 20-metre mark, 25 metres out from goal, they were able to take marks over the back. And down on the ground, we've got Matthew Cox.
Yeah, we've got Ryan Geeshan with me. Ryan, just to start with, notice the guys are wearing black armbands today. Are you able to give us a bit of insight into why that is?
Yeah, we had some really unfortunate news during the week. One of our girls' top-age players, Mika Suzuki, her mum passed away suddenly, Joanne. So one of the armbands is for her. And then Cam and Mitch Wild have a close family friend that lives back where they were from in near Wangaratta. He passed away a couple of weeks ago as well. So the boys come back from the funeral on Thursday. We thought we'd wear the 2 to honour those 2 people.
It's fantastic for the club, and condolences to those families. Good start to the game early on, kicked the opening 3 goals of the match. You must be pretty happy.
Yeah, we generally start really well. I think we've won I think about 75% of our first quarters, so we generally start pretty well. It's this next couple of quarters that generally troubles us.
And notice that Justin Wenke's doing a bit of work on the boundary today. He's handed the reins over.
Yeah, we've got a really clear policy that all our assistant coaches get an opportunity to coach a game throughout the year. So Phil Plunkett's taken the reins today, and Justin will coach the forward line, which he decided to do from the bench.
And instructions for the second quarter, maintain the pressure.
Yeah, Gippsland are a really good side, so we expect them to come at us pretty hard here. Physically, they've got the win, so just to hold firm and keep playing the way that we're playing and not getting too many numbers forward at the stoppage, which we started to do when we kicked a couple of goals. So, yeah, just stick tight into the win and hopefully maintain this lead going into half-time.
Beauty, thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate it.
No worries at all. Good luck.
Good work there, Matto, with Roy Geeshan, the talent manager. Your second quarter action. All happened so quick on live radio. Second quarter action here from Kramer Street. Take it away, Rick.
Henkel with the nice tap down for the power, and they'll get it clear through Hodge. Hodge, who's been very busy, or Mosquito courageous, gets it down. Can't quite break away, goes in and gets it again. And they're hugging a boundary through Beck. He kicks towards the pocket and punched through for the first score of the second quarter, through for a behind to the Gippsland power.
Started the game a lot better out of the midfield.
And Mitch Wild has it in the back line. Gives off the handball over the top. And they'll try and get clear through Mackenzie. Well, that was dangerous. But luckily he gets it back and gets a handball. Again, that was a bit fortunate. They got it to ground, and good tackling by Gippsland there, holding it inside 50. Both forward lines are holding it in well.
The nature of the game these days, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Big focus. Tapped down by Hodge. Trying to break away, but again, another Pax form. We'll have a ball up, this time 49 metres out. Gippsland attacking. They tap it to ground. Over the back it goes. Little kick out by McGannon. Gets it towards full forward. Oh, good mark. Courageous mark. Got thumped as he took it. And in a little bit of trouble there. He'll get up and kick the goal. And that player is Gown, Noah Gown.
Coming off 5 goals last week.
That a contender?
It was a gutsy one. Yeah, it's probably the leader at the moment because it was pretty gutsy. 193 centimetres is Noah. So Noah to kick from 30 metres out. Not much of an angle.
Got a nickname for this guy, Rick?
Noah Gown. Dressing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Not quite.
Evening?
He comes in, spears it low, through the middle he goes. And a needed goal, that one. And that is the Gippsland's third. 3-1-19 to 5-1-31 on the NG scoreboard. And we're how many minutes in?
2 minutes,
2 minutes
38
38 in the second quarter on the Technico time clock.
Good goal from Noah Gown. Very good set shot routine. Didn't let him down.
They wanted to get the early one. All right, back in the middle. Up she goes. Henkel gets the tap down. Dersma comes in, gets a lovely clearance. Lovely handball. Kick on goal. Bent Velzen, and just to the left.
How was that explosive play from the skipper, Xavier Dersma?
But also the use by hand in tight contested traffic, that was awesome.
Knights kick into the back pocket and find Mitch Wild. Directs a bit of traffic. Goes in. Oh, gee, that would have been a beauty. Missed the action. Ball comes out. Sweeping handball. Need to be quick. Handball smothered. They've got it back again, the Knights. Brody Bell wrapped up in a tackle by Hodge. That was a bear hug.
They've come out with a lot of intensity, the Gippsland Power, in this second term.
Ball to be thrown up. 49 metres out from Gippsland's goal. Henkel works it backwards. It's kicked forward by McGannon. Comes off hands. I reckon he's got that through. That is Noah Gown second.
He's got a little toenail on it, didn't he?
The player can't get to pick up the defender for the Northern Knights. Crashed into the goalpost. That's wavering all over the place. The ball just stayed in play, and Gown just got it and got his left toe to it, right toe to it. And straight away, the Power have started the second quarter on fire. 4 goals to 26 to the Northern Knights, 5-1-31 NG scoreboard. Technica time clock, 4.5 minutes into this second term.
Noah Gownet standing at 193 centimetres, very clever goal.
Henkel with another tap out in the middle. And good work by Potter to bring it forward. Lucenti got tackled. Potter on the burst, runs inside 50, centre half forward he goes and puts it straight through for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender.
Clubhouse leader for mine, Rick.
Yeah, that was just brilliant play. He used his speed. We know he's got that burst about him, Potter, and he just put the afterburners on, put it through the middle, and that takes the Knights on to 6-1-37 to Power 4-2-26 on the NG scoreboard. We're 6 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Lockie Potter is someone that you come to the footy to see play. Really exciting, really explosive. Won the clearance convincingly, and Lockie Potter finished off brilliantly.
Henkel gets the tap down. Brody Bell gets the clearance. It's a kick. It's going to land inside 50. Defensive punch. Oh, the Knights with a bit of pace. McKenzie overruns it. Naylor can't. Now they get it through Flanders. Good handball. Henkel and Barrow, the big men. Now the Knights. A lot of work in heavy traffic here. They go out wide to a man on his own, Cameron Wild. He gets it. Works the handball back to Gardner. Gets the handball to Barrow. Now the kick. Might have just done one too many handballs and it's walked over the line. That
Just
was
that fumble, wasn't it?
Lucenti.
Costly, that fumble.
Didn't have a lot of clear space. Ball to be thrown in. Half forward flank on the western or grandstand side of the ground. Barrow makes some area. Handballs over the back, but it's that boy McGannon. McGannon, long, searching kick. Only went with it one hand, Jackson Davies. Doesn't take it. Now the Power in the van. They get it over to Bailey Beck. Bouncing footy. He's got to get around Potter. He just gets around Potter, but the kick is errant, and it's taken by Mitch Wild. He's going to switch play over to the skipper today in McKenzie. McKenzie marks, plays on straight away. Not the best of kicks, and the mark is taken. They go forward, Gippsland. Again, that defence working well. Under the pump here a little bit. They go out wide, and the mark is taken by Joel Trudgeon on the halfback flank.
Trudgeon will go short. Dangerous, but nice mark taken that time. Uzelak just going to have to go long down the line. Penetrating kick, but it's all Gippsland, but they got a hand on it. Oh, a bit of a high tackle that time to Hourigan, and he'll play on straight away. He's got a loose man in the middle, and nice take, but Vander Hute gets it wider. They'll work it clear through Ben Velson, and inside 50 we've got Dersma. He'll play on straight away, and he's got a man unmarked in the forward pocket.
Bailey Beck.
So Beck to have a shot on goal. Fancy him here.
I like this guy, Rick. He's one of those, he's a footballer. Which I know sounds very obvious, but,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, not the
we'd be worried
athlete
if he was a
run-in
netballer out
type.
there player, but he's a footballer.
He can play in any area.
Yep.
Just as you wrap him up.
He gets leather poisoning every week. He just gets the footy. He knows where to be. Another behind, 4-3-27 plays 6-1-37 on the NG scoreboard. We are just having trouble seeing the Technica time clock at the moment.
Going with about 8, ticking over 9 minutes.
Good man. Hodge marks the kick out. He's on 50. He's got a few options. Decides the best option would be to have a shot at goal.
Oh, my goodness.
Good decision making, Austin Hodge. Great option. That's a beautiful kick here at Kramer Street.
A contender?
That's a contender.
We've seen some ripping goals today.
So we have seen ripping goals, and so there's two things with goals. One can just be from the foot, and one can be the lead up and then the kick. Doesn't always work out one are better than the other. 6-1-37 the Knights, a power of 5-3-33. They trail by 4, and we're 9.5 minutes in on the Technica time.
Austin Hodge is a very good footballer at 190 centimetres as a midfielder, can kick goals as well, as we've seen this year.
And Bogut with the nice one-handed take. Gets it and kicks it out in front of Brazier. They bring it to ground. Hourigan trying to paddle it forward. Can't get away. Now they'll get it out. This time, Henkel. He'll go to a contest. They bring it to ground. Overrun and out of bounds it'll go. No, they kept it in. It's a bit deceiving, that outer side. They did well there, the Knights. They'll go through Grace this time, who balks beautifully and gets it to a lead, but an intercept marked that time to Chiron Hayes. They'll play onto the outer wing, or the scoreboard wing. Sorry, the commentary wing. Getting confused there, but out of bounds it goes on the full.
Good call by Cameron Wild.
Little toe poke over the line. So White will take it, and he goes inboard to Philp. Is there an eye missing in that name?
I think, yes, exactly.
He goes very wide, and Davies has it. He'll run and straighten it up. A nice little pass inboard. Trudgeon gets it down. Oh, over the top. Naylor had it. Hit him on the chest, and the tackle was a little high in the forward pocket. But the free kick will go Gippsland's way. And inboard it goes. Nice little pass to Brock Smith. He'll just turn it over to Bogut. Ryan Bogut starting to get him to play. Tries to run around. Gets tackled. Gets off the handball. They'll get it back. The 1-2 to Philp. Goes to the scoreboard. And a juggling mark over the back. That was nice work. And that was through Reid.
Reid in the back pocket in front of the NG scoreboard. He kicks to the outer wing. Lovely mark taken there by Noah Gown. Contested. He's on half back. He goes inboard looking for Sparks. Sparks kicks into the middle. Mosquito and Bogut. Good work by Ryan Bogut. He was under a heap of pressure and he got the ball, kept his head. Good work. Sparks on the left boot. He goes out wide to Cameron Wild. Wild marks. Bang on centre wing in front of the big crowd in the grandstand. Wild goes inboard. He finds Sparks again on the left boot. Great run-down tackle by Josh Smith.
The kick was on to go wide, but he went to his left foot instead of his right.
Josh Smith kicks inside 50. Over the back of the pack. Caught, slung, tackle. Knights have got numbers. They flick one out. Now they go forward through Rossi, into the middle, intercept marked by Smith again. He'll send it back from whence it came, deep inside 50. They've got the numbers, the Knights down back, but Gippsland have got the ball. Trying to get in there is Nucleus. He can't quite grab it. It's close to the boundary. Stacks on the middle. Now a quick snap at goal. But Dintinasante was in the goal square.
I think you're inventing the Adam there, Crooksy. It's Neocleus. It has to be Neocleus.
Funny if his name was Adam Nucleus. That would have been good. Neocleus.
There's an O in there.
All right, let's gather our thoughts.
Not that I'm an expert on names.
Oh,
but,
yes.
I'm going to stay right out of this conversation.
The throw in the forward pocket. Gippsland attacking. Gown with a tap down to the front. Again, they went without it. Again, we've got a pack forming, so we'll have a ball up. We're only 25 out from goal in the forward pocket. So Gown shaping up to do the ruck work, and he taps it nicely. Hodge goes running through. Good umpiring, because he did cop one high, but he went down low, and we'll have another ball up.
We could see a bit more of that umpiring in the higher levels of the game, Rick. Don't like that. He deliberately just dropped down there to take the interference.
There's no harm in doing that to try to avoid the tackler either. But play on's a call. Oh, good tackling again. Defending well here, the power, and out of bounds it goes.
It's desperate footy at the moment. Both teams applying a heap of pressure.
Kate Mitchell taking photos there right in front of these guys.
This will be a dramatic shot.
For the power communications manager. Anyway, Barrow, who was that? That was Collins getting flung there, and he'll get a free kick. Just looking to play on, but he'll have to go long. He'll go to the outer side wing. Spalled over the back. Flanders should be able to get it. Hot on his tail. Out of bounds it goes.
The game has had a few momentum swings. And at the moment, it's just gone back to an arm wrestle.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. Ball been thrown in on the High Street side of the ground, or the eastern side. Gippsland through Smith. He's having a purple patch. Bit of volleyball tactics. No one's won clean possession of the football. He's caught. Comes out to Hayes. Hayes handballs inside 50. Knights. Good tackle. Stop the handball going out wide to the runner. And the umpire will come in and ball this up.
Both defences working really well, aren't they, to hold it inside their 50 or forwards.
Barrow up against Gown. Good work by Barrow. He gets it out to Phil. Oh, that a bit too easy there. Gets the handball back. Potter on the outside of his boot to Cameron Wild. Good handball, just under a bit of pressure. Lost it in the disposal. Dersma, his one's intercepted by Trudgeon. Now Grace goes out wide, but the kicker's errant, and Flanders takes the mark. He sees Hayes, Tyrone, in the middle of the ground. Kicks out wide, doesn't hit the target. Now they're a chance to Knights through Rossi. Looks up forward, lowers the eyes and finds Boker, who handballs. Goes to Brazier and just overcooks the footy. Gee, he had Joel Naylor all on his own there. Ball comes out for Gippsland on the other side. Patterson comes up. Beautiful mark there taken by Harold Hood. He goes inboard, but mark solid in defence, Joel Randall.
He'll play on straight away out to Mitch Wild. He'll take on the tackler, and now they're in trouble. Mackenzie off the side does it nicely to Philp. Philp goes down the line to a nice lead out in front of Trudgeon. Trudgeon underneath us. He will kick down the line, just speared it a bit. Drop mark, allows Williams in, and he'll kick towards half forward. Too many Knights. And that time, Randall took the mark.
50.
And 50 paid for encroachment.
Seen plenty of those paid this year in the TAC Cup. They're red hot on that.
Is not a bad pace of the game, Matthew.
No, there's a lot of urgency from both sides. It's becoming a bit of an arm wrestle, though. Game being played between the flanks at the moment.
Sturgis out in front of Bokert, takes a nice mark at half forward. Yeah, he's having a good quarter, Ryan Bokert.
Has to lower the eyes here.
He's kicked long to a contest. Up they go, punched away, well done, but they've still got it here, the Knights, and the shot on goal, just off the side, but a nice take that time by Cameron Wild. Probably could have took his time a bit better there, and threw for a behind.
I think a set shot would have been much better in that situation.
I think he had the right idea, but he just hesitated at the last minute with a power player closing in that caused him to panic and hook the kick.
Overstepping.
And
Just wonder how they see that.
I don't know, but I did like Kyle Reid's response. What?
The umpire's 50 metres away and sees him overstep
Right.
from
What?
in front.
Good
You've got to give it
response.
to them. They're good, these umpires.
They're doing a fine job.
I think that's the only mistake Kyle Reid has made today. He's been really sturdy in defence.
All right. Henkel gets the tap down to Tyrone Hayes, who kicks a long torpedo punt. A real good barrel. Oh, this is going to be a contest. Sturgis puts in a daisy cutter. No one's going to be marking that. Now we've got Mosquito. Mosquito goes out wide. He's going to find Hume. Hume kicks into the middle. Hood at the back. Sweeping handball. Beautiful handball. That finds Patterson, who kicks inside 50. Overcooks it. Smith can't take it. Good work by the Knights defence. And it dribbles over the boundary line out of bounds. 20 minutes into the second term on the Technica time clock. The NG scoreboard, 38 to the Knights, 33 to the Power.
In this quarter, both teams aren't kicking the ball inside 50 with much precision, which is allowing both teams' defence, who've been really good all day, to take easy marks and chop the ball off.
Now we're about 30 metres out from goal. Gippsland attacking. Another pack's formed and we'll have a ball up.
The other thing I've noticed today too is the skills in around the contest for both sides have been bang on the money. They're hitting targets when there's a lot of pressure around the ball.
Can't quite break away, now they do. The umpire said free kick.
Just quickly around the grounds at TAC Cup, the Rebels 91 have defeated the Rangers 38.
Gee, I don't know why I picked the Rangers.
Did you pick the Rangers?
Yeah,
So I've picked up
you've got one on both of us now. I think I went the home ground. So Hood will kick from 45. Comes in on the right, goes very left and just draws it back and brought it back enough by the look of it. A little left to right, and that's a good goal by Hood. And that is the first time they've been in front for the game. The Northern Knights 6-2-38 to the Gippsland Power, taking the lead at 6-3-39 on the NG scoreboard, 22 minutes into this second quarter on the Technica time clock. Unusual kick, that one.
That ball used the breeze perfectly down here at ground level.
Good to see Harold Hood get rewarded for his tackle on Tom
Harry Hood.
McKenzie.
All right, back in the middle. Good work by Henkel. Just drives the ball forward. Power, lays off a lovely handball and a shot on goal. Let me just pick, I think it's, yep, it was. That is Ben Velson, who gets his first goal of the afternoon, and it is Gippsland's 7th. In the shadows of half-time, they've skipped away to a nice little 7-point lead, 7-3-45 to 6-2-38 NG scoreboard, almost 23 minutes into the second term. Ball back in the middle, Henkel. Henkel wins the tap out against Barrow. Mosquito grabs the ball on the ground. Quick hacking kick out. Beck just punches the ball into 50. Now the Knights kick smothered. The Oculus gets it back to Hodge. Hodge on the left off the side of the boot. Bounces over the boundary line and out of bounds onto the grassy knoll behind the goals. And it's just rolled down that hill.
The Knights are starting to lose the midfield battle, and the contested ball wins in the last part of this second term need to start getting back on top in that area to relieve the pressure on their defence.
Murray Bushrangers are leading the Western Jets 39-23, close to half-time up in Wangaratta as Gippsland. Touch ball off the boot. Hodge He's been good. Mackenzie drives him into the Merry Creek soil of Kramer Street. And the ball will be thrown up. 23 minutes into the second term. Barrow gets the tap. Makes its way to the boundary line. Ball to be thrown in again.
Forward pocket there. In the background, you've got the Ridges Hotel with the Australian flag on top. And Barrow thumps it back out of bounds.
You were born there, Rick, when it was a hospital?
No, I wasn't born at Panch, no.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah. Born at Panch. Just for those playing at home that would be interested where I was born.
Throw in. Tap down. Again, it's a bit of a scrum and we'll have a ball up. Umpire quick onto that. 45 out from the power goal. Eastern side of this Preston Oval. Now, Brazier, kick was smothered. They'll get it through Mackenzie now, and he'll boot it to the wing. And a good mark to Henkel right on half-time. And we'll just get a score check. Northern Knights 6-2-38. Trail the Power 7-3-45. Have we got a goal kicker list?
The goal kickers for the Northern Knights. 2 to Joel Naylor and 1 to Tom McKenzie, Lachlan Potter, Josh Dintinasante and Cameron Wild. And for the Gippsland Power, 2 to Noah Gown and 1 each to Xavier Dersma, Irving Mosquito, Austin Hodge, Harold Hood and Mitch Bent Velzen. Player watch.
For the Northern Knights, Tom McKenzie is now up to 9 disposals and still has the 1 goal that he kicked in the first term. And Matt McGannon from the Gippsland Power is up to 11 disposals and 9 of them have been kicks, and I've counted that 8 of them have been effective kicks.
Effective kicks. I like that efficiency. I like that stat. You are on TAC Cup Radio, live streamed through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and work wear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your #1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends. Is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Half time here on the TAC Cup Radio match of the day. The Gippsland Power are leading by 7 points, 7-3-45 to 6-2-38. And down on the ground is Matty Cox, and he's speaking to Chelsea Capel, who's the talent coordinator for the Gippsland Power girls team. Matt.
Yes, she is, Chelsea. Thanks very much for joining us on TAC Cup Radio. Good year for the Gippsland Power in the TAC Cup girls competition. That finished a month or so ago now, but much better in 2018 than the first season.
Absolutely. We had a winless season in 2017, so had a lot to work with in 2018. We took a different, aspect with running some development days, running some skills days, and looking for some girls that weren't coming through that traditional footy pathway. So we had some brilliant basketballers, netballers, high jumper, a few others, a sprinter join our squad. So that really helped give us a little bit more success than we had the year before. So it was great.
You've been in Gippsland for a while looking after female footy. What's the biggest change that you've seen over the last couple of years? Because we're obviously growing, the AFLW is now providing the end goal for everyone, but kicking that off, especially in the regional area, must be difficult.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's all just about choice, providing that other option. You know, when I was growing up, it was football or netball. Boys played football, girls played netball. So now giving that choice to girls of all ages, it's been really exciting to see so many all-girls Auskicks. Coming up around Gippsland and seeing the pathway that they can go in, an all-girls pathway right from the word go now, which is really good to see.
So what does your day-to-day look like as the female coordinator for the Gippsland Power?
Yes, at the moment we're working with our under-16 V-Line Cup team, so they'll play in the V-Line Carnival in September, and also still managing some of our top ages from our TAC Cup season this year. So we've had 4 just come back from the under-18 Nationals in Queensland, and a few now on VFL lists, so working towards the end of their season and trying to get drafted, so working very closely with them.
Do you have much face time with them, or do you work with as a group? So rather than individualising, helping them to all get to the end goal of getting drafted.
Yeah, well at the moment they're quite spread out, so we go from Pakenham through to Maffra with our top ages, so there's a lot of travel involved still, and some of those girls are still juggling year 12 as well, so not as much face to face, lots of on the phone, making sure they're getting to training, whether it be at Casey or Carlton or Collingwood, and just being able to support as best we can and help them make decisions as a footballer, but then as a young lady as well growing up.
You had a couple drafted to Collingwood, I think, last year. Darcy Guttridge was the standout there. Who are some of the names coming through this year from the Gippsland Power TAC Cup girls side that hopefully will be drafted come the end of the year for the AFLW?
Yeah, Tyler Hanks is definitely one to watch. She's been playing on the Carlton VFL list. The poor thing broke her nose last week against Collingwood, but she'll be back and raring to go. She had a great, competition in Queensland, being named in the All-Australian squad. So she's definitely one of ours to watch. And then Emily Hoisler's playing her second game for Casey VFL up in Alice Springs today. So she's worked really hard this year to define her role in half-back and doing a really good job of it. And probably an outlier for us, brand new to our squad this year, was Jazz Ferguson. She came from a basketball netball background. We brought her in as a 19-year-old and she found herself up on Collingwood's VFL list. So she's an up-and-comer as well that we'll have to keep an eye out for.
Certainly will, especially towards the end of the VFLW season, because that's also running along at the moment. Aspirations for the Gippsland Power TAC Cup girls side in 2019. Where do you sit? Because, as you said before, went through last year without a win. Coming into this year, 3 wins, 5 losses and a draw. What's the ultimate aim for next season?
I guess it's to get more depth within the team. We're losing a lot of really valuable top ages that have been through our program since they were in the under-14s. So that is going to, I guess, we're really going to see the gap in their knowledge, their leadership. So it's about working really hard for talent search days, myself getting out to school footy and other sports and just trying to increase the depth of our list. We found that we struggled a little bit last year. Obviously with the games from 2017 we had 5 TAC Cup games. To this year we had 9. So keeping them fit. I also do the girls' strength and conditioning program, so making sure that they can see out that season and we've got a lot of depth to our list.
And from your own perspective for female footy in the Gippsland region, we were just speaking off air before, it's getting there in terms of matching some of the other regions, but female footy is going through the roof at the moment.
Oh, absolutely, and we still keep seeing new teams popping up, which is fantastic in the region this year. Tomorrow is the first inaugural their Open Women's competition, their grand finals. So to have no female football pathways, and like I said before, from Auskick now right through to Open Age women's football is really exciting for the region.
We wish you all the best with all the work that you're doing down there, and all the best for the Gippsland Power, not only today, who just hit the front before half-time, but also for the TAC Cup girls side in 2019.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
Good work, Matthew. Chelsea Capel from the Gippsland Power. We'll take a break and be back on the other side of this to discuss the first half. You're on TAC Cup Radio, stream live through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to aflddraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Half-time back here at Preston City Oval, thanks to Chelsea Capel. Excellent interview on the ground there. And girls footy, Rick?
Oh, it's gone nuts, hasn't it? It's
Absolutely.
probably the fastest growing sport
Cocoa
around in
bananas.
Australia at the moment, isn't it?
I reckon, this is just my humble opinion, I'm still a little bit confused on pathways.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like with this, so I know
The VFL.
AFL, but is AFLW's like, that's played before the season.
My thoughts,
VFLW
Brooksy,
and there's this and there's
not
this.
that my thought matters that
No,
much.
you were there at the
but
start.
I think they've got to get fair income and just play it through the normal season and just take on the AFL, all right, and just play it when the season's right. Most of these girls are playing for the VFL or their local club in the Northern League or whichever
So is
league.
Steph Chiocci playing for anyone at the moment? Do you know?
I don't think
she
she
plays
is.
for Collingwood VFL.
She plays for Collingwood.
I believe. So that means they're playing a VFL side which is full of AFL players. That's the way I read it, but we're no experts on that.
Some of the girls play for their club-aligned VFLW team, and others play for Melbourne Uni, obviously is aligned with North Melbourne, but some of the players that North Melbourne have picked up are playing for, let's say, Collingwood or the Western Bulldogs. So, yeah, it's an interesting setup. But
it's just tangled, and for me, and it's a bit about me rather than anyone else, but I just find there's so much footy to take in, it's got to be, I've got to understand exactly where things are, and I've got to make it easy for me to find out who am I, where am I playing, where are the Bombers playing?
Well,
we got to
Well, they want it to stand alone, don't they, the AFL? That's why they've got it in the summer. But for the girls, that should be their primary club, the AFL club, not the VFL club.
Yep.
So they should be playing in the winter.
Matt's the expert, Matt.
I think what's made it difficult is the depth of talent across senior women's football across the country. That's what's making it incredibly difficult at the moment. It's not where it probably needs to be, and which is beginning to grow. The TAC Cup Girls competition is obviously a significant factor in increasing those talent pathways coming through and getting people familiar with the game style, because for a long period of time it's largely been community, amateur, semi-professional football. So developing the depth of the list is why we've got such a short AFLW season.
So what I said before, is the Collingwood VFL team the same team as the AFL?
Yes, in part. There are AFLW.
I find it a bit odd.
AFLW listed players that do play for Collingwood, but they've also got what they call state league talent that tops up the side. So I think Collingwood are allowed, or any AFLW club are allowed 12 players from their list week in, week out. Okay. They're allowed to have 22 all up on the list for the entire season, and then the rest must be made up from various other leagues, competitions, and obviously the TAC Cup Girls competition as well.
So one thing I think they've done, because I do keep an eye on scores just generally, so I always thought one of the biggest problems with women's footy was the disparity in scores. So Darebin Falcons 38-25 to Ferntree Gully, 1 goal 1. You can't have that kind of footy. And the scores, are they fairly competitive?
Yeah, I think what this season's done, certainly in the VFLW, is it's spread across the talent of the competition. So your traditional Diamond Creek, St Kilda Sharks, Eastern Devils, where the top-end talent was, they've now been dispersed across your likes of Essendon, Hawthorn, Collingwood, Carlton, Casey have a side as well that feed into the Melbourne side. So it's evened up the competition, and even the likes of Darebin and Melbourne University, who have been in the VFLW for a long period of time, their talent, because they've had players aligned with AFLW clubs, is now spread across the competition as well. So it's certainly evened things up a lot.
I think the structure's getting right. They're getting the structure right. I'm just not sure the amount of games in the biggest league, the AFL, is enough.
Yeah.
When you compare it to the VFL.
Yeah, I sort of tend to agree with you. But anyway, that's enough of the women's footy.
It's magnificent to see women playing footy, and I think that's
just quickly to Rai Gershon back on the way down. He did have a couple of players lined up for us to have a chat to, but me, they're not at the ground. So that's why we haven't had anyone on from the Northern Knights.
They went to the races.
Or the Blockbuster at the MCG.
Oh, yeah, no, fair enough. All right.
It's a big Collingwood area, isn't it, Preston?
So half-time at the footy, Chevaux, at the other footy?
So for the AFL, Geelong are currently leading by 11 points at half-time over the Brisbane Lions down at GMHBA Stadium. And in the Blockbuster at the MCG, the Tigers are leading the Pies by 14 points 4 minutes into the third term. And
for those, I'd be very interested, someone to do some homework for me, maybe the younger folk in the team. Blockbuster, where does that term come from?
Ooh.
Blockbuster. What's a blockbuster? I know what it is. I just don't know where.
It sounds like a blockbuster.
It sounds big, and it sounds big.
Guess when you have 90,000 plus at a ground, it's pretty big.
All right, second half action about to get underway. Been a great first half of footy, plenty of great goals, some cracking marks, and some good, accurate kicking for goal. Third quarter action, take it away, Rick.
Umpire throws it up in the middle, and Henkel with the big leap again, gets it down. Frazier went without it. Back in the middle. Knights players trying to work it clear. Nice handball by Davies. Again, they've found a pack of players, and we'll have a ball up. Pretty close to the train line here at Preston. And tapped over the back by Barrow. Now they'll clear and kick towards the 50. Gippsland get numbers back, and there was a bit of a high one. And that'll be taken by Brock Smith. And he'll play on. He'll kick to a contest, but beautifully moving there was Henkel. He's getting his hands on the footy. Kicks a bit up and under, but his teammate juggled it and brought it to ground. Big kick. This will be... play on's the call. Taken by Gardner, who got caught. Nice chase down by Hayes. They'll play on through. Flanders, who's running into trouble, but kicks it long. Over the back. Beautiful hip out. That was Gown, and he spears it through for a goal. That's a typical full forwards goal. The little hip with the backside, just to nudge his opponent under it, and it was legal, and through for a goal. That's Noah's third goal of the day, and has become the leading forward on the ground. Northern Knights 6-2-38, and the Gippsland Power have moved on to 8-3-51.
That goal was set up through that wonderful rundown tackle by Tyrone Hayes. He's very quick, and it was a brilliant goal from Noah Gown to kick his third.
Back in the middle, Bell for the Knights, just a scrappy kick. Flanders over to Dersma, breaks the tackle, still gets an opportunity to squeeze the footy out. Beck wrapped up, going nowhere, and the ball will be thrown up centre wing, or between centre wing and half forward for the Knights. Henkel again. Scrappy footy to start the second half. Apart from the goal from Noah Gown, obviously. Up she goes again, restarts. Bit of pushing and shoving there. Good call by the umpire, like that. Barrow with the free kick. He kicks deep inside 50. Solid mark taken by Kyle Reid.
Like a ball.
He shrugs it, kicks out wide and finds Brock Smith. Smith going along the grandstand side. Patterson marks on half back. Kicks to centre wing. Measured kicking back to Brock Smith. Smith to the Mosquito. Mosquito on the left boot. Finds Dersma, but he finds him, but he was out of the ground, out of bounds, and Brodie Bell takes the resultant free kick. Bell kicks along the line. Mark taken here by Boken. Boken hits the top of 50, and a nice mark taken. This is by Nick Barrow.
Beautiful kick looking inboard, and it was direct, hit him straight on the chest, Nick Barrow.
45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 48.5 metres out. He'll have a bit of breeze behind his shoulder, kicking to the Bell Street or City side, City end of the ground. Barrow comes in. Kicks. I like it as soon as it left the boot. That was straight as an arrow. That is the Knights first in the second half. They move on to 7 goals to 44 on the NG scoreboard. 8:3:51 the Gippsland Power, and the Technica time clock is just ticked past 4 minutes.
You know what I liked about that kick, Crooksy?
What?
He, one of the players was calling out for it, and he said, "No, mate, I've got it," and backed himself and put it straight through.
And
Beautiful
delivered.
stuff.
That's what we like to see.
Got reward for the beautiful kick inboard by the Knights player.
That was through Bokit. Now they'll get it out here, and Barrow again will kick long to a contest. Oh, good work again by Reid. He's been very solid and used his body well, but puffs it up to Lachente, who goes inboard, and he's found his man inboard, and that is Ryan Bokit, who's been a real good mover today. Not sure where they're playing, Ryan. He's all over the place
Sort
at
of
the
a
moment.
floating half forward.
Yeah, but hot, goes up the ground.
And good afternoon to Claire and Norm, who were at the ground earlier, but I think they're making their way. So good cheerio to our two friends.
And they are the parents, of course.
Of Ryan.
That's right. So Ryan comes in, and he kicks low and to the right, just offline, through for behind. And they could have done with that one. It's 46 plays 51 now. And now Flanders takes the mark, stretching into the back pocket. He's been good. He's a real footballer, big size about him.
Hasn't he,
and
grown?
Mobile. He's put on weight this year. And they get it across to Beck. Beck kicks out in front underneath the commentary box. Bent Velzen gets it across to the man in McGannon. I like him. Really good mover. And he spears the pass to Beck.
Another effective
one.
kick.
Now they're in trouble. They get it off, and Beck goes long. Gowns the target, and he gets it. Used his body well, and kept his opponent at bay. And looking for a 50. And lining it up now. We're right behind this one. So Noah Gown going for his fourth.
Kicked 5 goals last week. Started the season as a defender, but has been a revelation up forward.
You could nearly go straight to the goals. Straight through the middle with this one. Doesn't seem to be... There's a bit of breeze built up. But we'll just see where this kick goes. Gown comes in and kicks straight through the middle, but it goes right. A little bit of right to left. And definitely a bit of a breeze there with a right to left.
It was.
Left to right.
Murray Bushrangers doing it against Western Jets, 109 to 62. Knights bring the ball back in. They fly. Gardner over the back. Forces the ball forward. Gets a quick handball. They work it backwards. They're in a bit of trouble. Wild. Don't know about the handball. Big pack of players. Comes out to Harold Hood. Tackled when he didn't have it. And H will take the ball. Harold Hood. Lovely vision and kick. Gown just comes off the May West. Potter's got it. Funny little handball. Uzelak. Caught. Dispossessed. He was a bit Johnny on the spot there. Got caught. And taking the ball will be Bent Velzen. Kicks to the top of the square. Trudgeon. Brazier. Sonny Brazier. Confident.
Nice moves.
Good worker in heavy traffic. Now he kicks the ball to some open space, and the race is on. Motten first there. Gets a little bit of manhandling. Over the back is Bokit. Kicks, finds Wild, and he's got him in the pocket. Wild, I reckon he played on.
No doubt. Well, they did go forward in the step, didn't he? Didn't
Wild.
go sideways.
Spots up Sparks.
White. Isn't it?
I think it's 15. Oh, sorry, Oscar White.
He was the original
team.
runner that won the footy and kicked it.
White. 45-degree angle. He'll kick from 46 metres out. Just going to land in the square, and it is rushed through for a behind. 7-4-46, 8-4-52. There's a goal of difference here at Kramer Street on the NG scoreboard, and we've just gone past 9 minutes on the Technica time clock. Rick.
Flanders takes a great mark in the outer side. Definite contender for the executive maintenance mark of the day. And McGannon gets it on the run. Kicks down towards half forward. They bring it to ground, boundary side. Trying to get there, Neocleus. Out of bounds it goes.
No side seems to have the momentum at the start of this third term, as it has bucked the trend of the previous first two quarters.
Certainly not much in this game. Over the back, they tapped it forward. Sharked away that time through Collins. They get it inboard, but all tied up. Play on's a call. They'll take the advantage. It's a 2-on-1 in the goal square. But a nice mark backing back that time was Randall. Randall and Oscar White would make an odd couple. Tony Randall and what was the other guy's name? Oscar.
Just let it come to me. I liked him. Jack Klugman was the...
yeah. Now Mitch White has it.
Oscar Madison was
and Ryan Barkett does it.
Solid work.
He goes inboard.
50
They've got a
metres.
50. Looks like he'll take a shot on goal here. For an
If he's a
encroachment.
Bogut, he'll have a shot at goal, Rick.
Why wouldn't you? Now Ryan's brother Liam played here a few seasons ago for the Knights.
He did.
Taller version, isn't he?
Taller version and real full forward type. Does he still play for Greensborough?
North Coburg, I think.
North
Plays
Coburg.
Fellow St Mary's player.
So Bogut comes in and he kicks a little bit left to right and it's through. It's a nice goal. The Knights needed it. Bogut steps it up and we'll just get a score check. 8-4 apiece, 52. We've got a draw on our hand at this stage and we are 11 minutes in on the third
happening
quarter.
off the ball. The umpires followed them. All started with Lockie Potter.
And guys, just keep an eye on Austin Hodge. Just has come back on the ground after receiving some treatment to his left quad and has heavy strapping on it.
Up they go. Ball hits the deck. Comes out to Bailey Beck. Gets boot to ball quickly. Good punch. Mackenzie on the right boot. Got a man out wide. Just missed him. Charlie Simonson. 52 apiece. Halfway through this third quarter. Anybody's game. I'll tell you what I liked about Bogut's goal. He learnt from his kick earlier. Didn't make the same blue. Didn't overcompensate. Just got it right. Ball comes out. Brody Bell. It's trapped underneath him. Spills out. Underneath Dintinasante. Oh, gee, just got slung. Mosquito flicks it out the back. Now it's a quick kick forward. Potter leads the charge. Now Uzelak gets rid of it, gets the old half volley out. They need to be quick, they need to be clean there. Neither. It's a quick kick forward. Oh, it's all the Northern Knights. Uzelak. Got a bit of time. Measures the kick. Just need to take a breath. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Brody Bell's got it. Thinks about the handball to the skipper. They go inboard, but Bailey Beck takes the intercept mark. Goes wide. Spots up Bodie Motton. Motton goes in short, doesn't hit the target. Hodge kicks to Beck. Mosquito gets the overrunning footy, works his magic, gets onto the left boot. Kicks deep inside, 50. Gown misses it. Now the ball's forward. They're in the van, the Knights. Gardner on the left boot. Finds his teammate in the middle of the ground. They get it across. Gardner again. Wild. Just misses what he perhaps should have taken. Gets it back. It's a quick kick up forward. Reed keeps the ball in front of him. Now that's one of those handballs, Rick.
Ooh.
Reed gets a handball out. They kick to half back. Good work. Good spoil. It's missed. This is hectic footy. They go inboard and find Harrison Grace. He's a kick and a half from goal. He kicks to the top of the square. They need a mark over the back. It comes. Din Tinasante dances. Gets the handball around. Naylor kicks. And he's got it. He's got it. Joel Naylor. That's his third for the afternoon, and the Knights are back in front. They will move on to 9 goals for 58 on the NG scoreboard. The Gippy Power 8-4-52, and we are almost 15 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Good work from Joel Naylor to get the goal there, but it was all the work up the ground that led to that. That was hectic footy. Just a reminder, last time these two sides played, it was a draw. Very close game happening here again today.
Back in the middle we go. And this time Henkel with the big leap. Gets it to ground. They'll thump it forward. Shucked again by Davies. Oh, that kick's intercepted by Motton. He'll go over the top and they'll boot it towards the forward pocket. Oh, great spoil over the back that time. Uselak had a good quarter. Underneath the NG scoreboard, which shows the Knights 58, the Power 52. And we're 16 minutes in to this third quarter. Good game on our hands. Barrow up against Henkel. Henkel just using his body. They're able to keep it in, but out of bounds eventually. Right underneath the Kramer's Hotel sign.
Been there once or twice in our lives, Rick?
Over the years, no doubt. Always pretty busy after a game at this oval, isn't it?
Yeah.
Play-ons are called now. Oh, another rodeo bump there. Didn't quite happen. Mosquito getting it out again. Another pack. Well done. That was Hodge. Mosquito's been good. Kicks inside 50. Oh, good spoil at the last minute by Uzelak. And a little dinky kick to Potter will help the Knights clear it. Oh, he shrugs off the tackler beautifully. Follows up the work. He'll ask for it back, but it's inside 50 now. And the kick just a little bit short for Wild. And now Ned Flanders will have the ball at half back.
Flanders kicks it to centre half back. McGannon goes out wide. Bailey Beck patrolling the outer wing. Handballs over the top to Patterson. He's in a bit of Barney rubble, but Beck's got it. Left boot. It's just a scrubbing kick, and now Mitch Wild's got it. Oh, he's got Din Tinasante. Oh, intercept mark. Good work.
They're out here.
They were in the van there, the Knights. Now Gippsland Power. Neoculus has got it. Kicks a little short one. Good work by Brodie Bell. He's having a good game in defence. They get it across. That won't be 15. They got a chance. They're over to Boket. Boket. Good handball. Under pressure, slung over the line. Out of bounds.
Bit of feeling in this game now.
James Lucenti doing all his work there in a telephone box. Not much room to move. Ball to be thrown in. 18 minutes in. The Knights lead by a goal. Barrow and Henkel. Been a good duel in the ruck. And Henkel has got the free kick.
I think Bell Chambers did that 5 times last night, didn't he? And got away with it.
Didn't get away with anything last night. They had us in the gun. Dersma into Beck. Right in front of us. Glenn working the camera today, doing a fantastic job of picking up all this action. Sam Philp, little uncertain, goes into the middle. Bokert.
Having a quarter and a half.
Bokert goes out wide. White. Oh, handball's astray. It's going to come back to Sturgis. Sturgis, they kick to the square. Wild!
Beautiful body work there from Wild and great kick from Sturgis.
Cameron Wild has marked this. He is on. Yeah, near enough to a 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 27 metres out. We're right behind him. Glenn will have this camera right over the football. Wild comes in, kicks, needs it to come back. Just to the left. Behind, 9-5-59 plays 8-4-52.
Amazing how they're drawing it left to right today at both ends. Don't know how that's possible.
Works out.
But anyway, they'll play on. Straight away, Gippsland and Patterson takes it. Daly Patterson gets it up. Contest to the ground and out of bounds it goes. We're about 65 out from the Knights' goal.
Good result from the Knights because when the Power are able to slingshot off half-back, it usually results in a goal.
They bring it back in, play. Sun's shining now at Kramer Street Oval. Oh, great work, Bell. Gets it inboard. Gardner with the big bomb down towards the goal square. But over the back. Oh, we've got almost a soccer goal there by Wild, but it was forced through from behind. He just went past the ball, didn't he? There was an opportunity there for the Knights. And good defending by the Power.
Desperate stuff now.
They'll kick long. Gowns come down from full forward to contest this. Over the back it goes. Bell with the handoff. He's got Potter. He gets it off to Uzelak. Play on's a call. That didn't go to 15. Oh, great pick up that time. Mosquito gets it out. But again, it'll be turned over. The Knights have it. 55 out. They had it and lost it. They're on the 50. A rolling scrum and the umpire will have to come in and ball it up.
Really good defensive pressure from the Northern Knights. Their forwards and defenders have pushed up to all try and lock the ball in their forward 50.
I think we might have a blood rule. Keep an eye on this one, Coxie.
Will do. Xavier Dersma, by the looks of things, coming off.
Had a good game, the Power skipper.
Coming from the nose.
Ball back in, thrown up. Stacks on the mill and they'll throw it up again. We are 48 metres out from goal. Up she goes again. Tackled, Stacks on the mill and free kick.
Big decision.
In the context of the game.
I'm not sure about that one. I don't think he had enough time to dispose of the footy. Sonny Brazier lining up for, this is first goal?
First goal. He's mainly played down in defence. Sonny Brazier, we're right behind it. This to give the Knights a 14-point lead, close to three-quarter time. Brazier comes in. Oh, that went just to the right. Through for a behind, 9-7-61 plays 8-4-52. We're almost 23 minutes in to this third quarter.
They're starting to waste a few opportunities now, the Northern Knights. They need to capitalise when the ball is in their forward 50.
It definitely looks a, what would that be, an easterly breeze, a northeasterly?
Northeasterly, I think. More northerly than anything.
And if you look at the flag on the top of ridges, it's going... to the west, so that'd be a northeasterly.
North, that's going to the south, Rick.
Yeah.
To the city.
All right. Just interesting the way this wind's taken the ball at both ends of the ground.
It is a little bit swirly down here, guys.
Yeah, it must be. Kicks long towards forward line for the Power, and out of bounds it goes. Could be a telling last minute or so here. There's only 9 points of difference in this third quarter. Knights leading. A goal to either team would make it very interesting. Ball tapped down. Worked forward. Knights get numbers back, but so do the Power to get it out and run. Raw the fumble. Inside. Now Beck has it. He'll kick under pressure. They're up around the 50, all Knights. And the free kick is paid.
For a hold.
And the free kick will be taken that time and kicked long by Sturgis.
Oh, Brazier.
Over the top, Brazier on the run. He's 55 out, he's going for broke. And he's kicked to the goal square and bounced through from behind.
I like his endeavour. Ball to be brought back in. We are very close to three-quarter time. The Power kick wide. Mark taken. Hard up against the boundary line. This is Motton. Motton goes inboard and finds Brock Smith. Smith, inside defensive 50, kicks to the outer side of the ground. The big men fly as the siren sounds. Three-quarter time here at Kramer Street, and the Knights go into the last stanza holding a 10-point lead. 9-8-62 to the Gippsland Power for 52. And the goal kickers for the Gippsland Power, 3 to Noah Gown and 1 each to Dersma, Mosquito, Hodge, Hood and Bent Velzen. And for the Northern Knights, 3 to Joel Naylor and 1 each to Mackenzie, Potter, Din Tinasante, Bokert, Wild and Nick Barrow. Three-quarter time here, and the boys in the gun today.
Tom McKenzie for the Northern Knights is now up to 12 disposals and 1 goal that he kicked in the first term. And Matt McGannon from the Gippsland Power has had 16 disposals, 13 kicks. So he certainly likes to use his left foot.
That's what we like to see. All right, three-quarter time here. We'll be back for the exciting last quarter here. TAC Cup Radio live streaming through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and work wear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies home and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Preston City Oval, Kramer Street. It is the Knights by 10 points. What did you guys make of that third quarter?
I thought it was a great quarter, and I think the Knights really got going, mainly stirred up through Ryan Bokert, especially through this wing middle of the ground. I thought he moved around nicely and got it into that forward 50, apart from kicking the goal himself. It's been an interesting role with Naylor.
Yeah. All right, down on the ground, sorry Rick, down on the ground is Matt Cox speaking to Peter Francis.
Peter, thanks very much for joining us. Tough game of footy today.
Yeah, it is. It's actually tough conditions. It's probably a 4-goal win to one end, but yeah, look, you know, anything can happen. We really respect, obviously, the Knights. They're a really good side. They're quick and they're hard and they play on at all costs, and yeah, they're a really good opposition, so it'll be an interesting last quarter.
Second for the year, been a pretty good year for the Gippsland Power.
Yeah, we've been really pleased with them. You know, we've got some real talent, especially in that bottom age group. It's probably the best group we've had since about 2003-04 that won the 2005 premiership. So really pleased with them. Yeah, they've done a really good job. You know, on one night a week training and you know, a lot of travel and things like that. They've been a terrific group of boys.
Who's really impressed you today? It's been tight, it's been tough, but you've had some good players out there.
Yeah, we have. I thought Cole Reed's been absolutely just fantastic down at full-back. You know, he's taken some really good intercept marks and some good one-on-one marks, so he's been terrific. Bailey Beck's been terrific, both forward and back, and just playing a few multiple roles. And Bodie Motton out in his wing has been absolutely fantastic. He's had a great year out there. So, no, we're really pleased with the whole group. I think, you know, over the last few weeks we've had a couple of really good wins, and it's been a total team contribution, and you know, hopefully we get that today. There's been a little bit down today, but you know, this last quarter they've got a chance to redeem themselves.
What's the instruction coming from Lee Brown to get back in front on the scoreboard?
Oh, look, they've just got to keep doing what they do really well, and that's pressure and attack hard and use the ball really well, and yeah, hopefully we can get a win.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks very much, Matt. Thank you.
Good work there, Maddo. Just quickly around the ground, Siobhan.
In the AFL, Geelong are leading the Brisbane Lions by 31 points down at GMHBA Stadium 15 minutes into the third quarter. And down at the MCG, we're in for a cracking last quarter. Tigers by 4, 10 seconds into the last.
Have we seen anything of crowd on Twitter for that game?
Not just yet, but I'd assume it would be over 90,000.
You would hope so. What do you think is going to happen here, Rick?
I think it's a great setup for a great last quarter, and I think the Power will come back here, and it could be under a goal again.
All right, last quarter action. I think Siobhan touched a nerve early when she said it was a draw last time. I've had a funny feeling all afternoon about this.
Can I change my tip?
Who have you gone for, Matt?
I went for Gippsland, but I'm leaning towards the draw, just looking at the scoreboard the way it is at the moment.
That would be amazing if the two sides that have played each other twice would draw in the same season twice.
We'll wait and see. Up they go in the middle of the ground. They get it to ground. The Knights shark it and kick it towards the 50. Play on's the call. Bell tried to scoop it back. Gets tackled. Ball up inside the centre square. Northern Knights attacking to the Preston Market end of the ground. Tap to the front. Gardner gives it off to Bell. Off the side of the boot, goes towards the boundary line, and they'll just paddle it over. Just underneath the commentary.
Stop behind, corridor side. Yep, corridor side.
And Northern Knights attacking just forward of the centre. Down the front it goes. Gardner bursts through the pack. Gives it off to Philp. Back to Potter. Good work there by Davies to kick long. Good spoil over the back. There goes McKenzie. Kicks to a one-on-one. Over the back. Good work by Hourigan. Just used his body nicely. And they'll play on through Beck. He's been good. Just that link-up player.
Something about him, Rick.
Just runs to the right places.
Not a lot of him.
And that time, he kicks it into the man on the mark.
Great.
Second, we're not wrapping Beck up anymore, because that's twice
Every
we've
time
nozzed
we've
him.
done it. He's a cracker. All right, ball to be thrown in. 10 points the difference.
It's things like that, smothers, and putting your body on the line that will get whichever team over the line.
They tap it down. Mosquito. Good driver in heavy traffic. Potter just puts the hand in. He's wrapped up in a half Nelson, and the ball will be thrown up.
Matt mentioned earlier that this game has had exceptional skills, but in this last quarter I think it might be a bit of a scrap.
Hodge works it. I reckon that could be out in the full. Bang. Into the grandstand.
Nearly went on the roof of the grandstand then, that kick. Lucky the wind caught and brought it back.
Oscar White waits for the footy to come back. He's got it. The left footer kicks deep into the heart of 50. Oh, what a mark! He had 2 to beat.
Wow.
And this is Josh Din Tinasante, who has marked that, and he would have been giving away a bit of weight and height as well.
And that is the leader of the executive maintenance mark of the day.
No doubt. Standing at 175 centimetres, that was a magnificent mark.
He's on a 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 24 metres out, kicking to the Preston Market end. He comes in, he kicks. And that ball had a nice little bit of drift left to right, and he got it through. The Knights have got their first of the last quarter. That is Josh's second goal for the afternoon. The NG scoreboard, 10-8-68 to the Gippsland Power, 8-4-52. And we are, Rick, I'm just having trouble reading the blue numbers. Rick.
3.5.
3.5 minutes on the Technica time clock. That was some sort of
interesting
mark.
kick too, wasn't it? Left to right, but ball didn't tumble straight, but good kick through the middle.
Not too wide.
They bring it to ground. Philp gets the clearing kick out wide. White's the target. He's run onto it, but he got a bad bounce, and Gippsland with the intercept will kick down towards half forward. Hayes is after it, but out of bounds it goes. And there'll be a ball up. Where
this is a good lead.
It's a nice little lead to the Knights, 68-52. 55 out. We'll see whether Gippsland can answer here. 55 out from goal. Good use of the body that time. Tapped down by Smith. Kick inside 50. Gown with the big fly, but he went too early, And a good intercept mark over the back was Randall. He'll kick wide. He's found Simonson. He'll go short. He does well to Randall. I'll play on. Get it back. Randall, oh, he ran into trouble. Here comes Hayes. Gets it. Kicks towards the goal, but off the line. Just off the side of the boot. Through for a behind, but exciting play by Tyrone Hayes there.
They're very fortunate there, the Northern Knights, because Tyrone Hayes is a very explosive player, and usually you'd back him in to kick that goal.
All right, Knights to bring the ball back in. Wild goes wide. Put his hands on his head. Bit worried he'd coughed it up. But Uzelak has got it deep in the back pocket. That's not a good kick. He's missed his target. And taking the mark is Sam Flanders. Flanders has marked this. He will kick it from 42 metres out. He would be on a 70
I'm backing him, Crooks.
degree angle. Flanders comes in, kicks. Straight through the middle, Rick. Good call. Good call. 9-5. 10-5. 65. No, they put the ball there. Gee, they were quick on the scoreboard, Rick. 9-5. 59. The Gippsland Power. 10-8. 68. The Northern Knights. They lead it by 9 points on the NG scoreboard. And the Technica time clock is 8.5 minutes in.
Beautiful set shot goal there from Sam Flanders, and that draw is looking more and more likely as Gippsland peg back the margin.
In the middle, little kick out. This will favour the Knights. And nice mark, Trudgeon, but lost it. Play on Zakor. A pack of players. We're 5 metres forward of the centre. And we'll have another ball up. That'll be a quick ball up. Bit of use of the body there by Smith. They get it out. Hodge went without it. Another player went without it. Now it's in the dangerous zone. Thumped away. Here comes Dersma. He gets it. Gives it to Hayes. He sharks and turns it around to a one-on-one in the square. Over the back it goes. And it should go out of bounds. He's looking dangerous at the moment, Tyrone Hayes.
Usually plays off half back, but they've thrown him forward just to add a little bit of that excitement and run.
Doing well.
Just needs a little bit of polish on his finish.
Yeah, fair call.
That breeze is really starting to pick up.
And that's turned around a bit, that flag, Rick.
Yeah, it has, towards us.
Ball tapped down. The Knights. Oh, good work by Dersma. He's caught and he was charging through. And the Knights take the resultant free kick. Hard up in the back pocket. Grandstand side. Finds his man. This is Mackenzie. Told to play on. Gonna switch play. Got a few numbers out on the other side. Mackenzie goes into the middle of the ground. Gee, they need to be clean here. Wild gets the little kick away. It's not clean. Reed's got it. He's tackled. He's caught. He's going nowhere and holding the ball, says the umpire.
She's been consistent in that, paying that holding the ball rule all day.
100%.
Good job, that umpire.
Simonson goes out wide. Knights at the drop of the ball. Trudgeon. Handballs backwards. Eventually out the back to Collins. Underground. Now a sweeping handball. The Knights have got some run and gather here. It's a spearing pass and Beck's cut it off. They're going to switch play. They're coming to this side of the ground. McGannon. Handballs over the top. They've got a man on the wing. Ben Velson. Not Ben Velson. This is Vanderpleit. Vanderpleit. Kicks along the line looking for Flanders. He's taken underneath the footy. Great take by Sturgis. Sturgis now Wild. Has to be quick. Flanders. He's a solid customer, Sam Flanders.
Yep. very good
I
player.
took a backward step when he came forward then.
You took a backward step.
183 centimetres, 81 kilos, so a good
And
size.
a very talented player. The ball, no one got that one, but there's a free kick to the Knights by the look of it. And
Collins.
that is Jaden Collins. So he's at half-back, looking for the pass up the ground. Does that, but they lost it. Over the back, crying out for it is Beck. He kicks towards half-forward. Flanders couldn't get it. Dumped over the back. Naylor, well, that was, that time it was Randall.
Oop.
Inside, there's that boy again. Tyrone Hayes is starring in this final quarter. Let's see if he can hit the scoreboard.
They opened the door ajar that much, and he just snuck his hands around the front of the contest. Great mark.
Very talented player.
Jay Kennedy Harris about him, isn't there?
Touch, a very good call, Rick.
Very, dangerous around that forward pocket.
Very, very good comparison.
Tyrone Hayes comes in from 50, kicks very left to a contest. Up they go. They bring it to ground and out of bounds.
Time check.
Now it's
11 minutes.
11 minutes and 68 plays 59. 9-point margin to the Knights at the minute.
Very dangerous area for the Northern Knights here. Good spot to have the footy for the Power.
Goal makes it interesting. Tapped over the back. Knights with numbers if they can get it out. Good tackling by the Power forwards. And we'll have a ball up, 35 out.
Gippsland have got Ryan Henkel just to kick off the contest at this stoppage.
Yeah, outer side wing.
Yep.
If it's in the air, he'll take it. They can't quite break away. Good harassing by the Knights. Hayes in there again. Another ball up coming up. See if you can clear it out, Crooksy.
We're in forward 50 for Gippsland. 9 points the difference. Smothered kick out. Knights by hand, caught, dispossessed. Free kick to Gippsland. In the forward pocket. This is going to go to Noah Gown. He's got 3 against his name already.
And I reckon the breeze is right behind him now too. It has switched around definitely.
He's run around the corner, kicked it right across the face, and that'll be out of bounds on the full. In the other back pocket, Knights to take the free kick. They just do a bit of line and length, kick out wide, but the mark's taken by Bent Velson. Plenty of chatter. He kicks to the top of the square. They fly. Hayes looks dangerous. He taps it forward to Jack Hume, who hops on the highway and puts it through.
Nice one.
3 points the difference. 10-5, 65. The Gippsland Power. The Northern Knights are 10-8, 68 on the NG scoreboard. We are 13 minutes in, Rick?
Yeah, 12 minutes to go in this game, so exciting finish to this game. Knights holding on by 3.
The game is certainly starting to open up, and it's the Power that have to take the game on. The Knights cannot play safe though, and that's what they've been doing. They still have to try and win the game too, although they are up by 3 points.
Up they go. Oh, Henkel's got a huge leap again. Gets it down. It'll be intercepted that time by Gardner. They'll go wide. It's Cameron Wild. Didn't take it. Kick by Patterson. And this will allow Mitch Wild to come in and take the intercept. So Wild goes to the middle. Big contest coming up. Mosquito grabbed it. Tapped it forward. Oh, he's got it again on the burst. He's run to 50. Runs around and chips it wide. He's got a man loose if he can get it across. Just near the boundary line, and good tackling by the defender, but geez, exciting there,
That's
Irving
a free kick, I
Mosquito.
think,
They've paid a deliberate, have they?
He paid a scoop over the line.
Almost a throw.
Well, yeah, a scoopy throw. I don't want to
That's just come in this year in the laws of the game.
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical, everybody,
Now,
but it was a
Gown
stupid
is
throw.
in an unusual position here. He's come around, tripped it around the corner, and it's through for a behind.
Gee, they're certainly missing their opportunities, the Gippsland Power. They have been dominant in this last quarter and just not capitalising.
Let's see if the Knights can take the game on here. There's a kick out to a contest. Good spoil. They'll kick to the boundary, and that's out in the full that time. He did well, Ben Felson, in the spoil, but kicked it straight on the full.
The man who has lifted in this last term is Irving Mosquito. Not to bring up the past again, but he was the one who kicked the goal in the dying seconds to win to draw the game earlier in the season.
Knights punched over the back. Neocolis goes forward, nudged underneath it, out of bounds.
They would have nearly took the point there.
Yes,
nudging
absolutely.
it forward all the time, but they've got a chance here, Gippsland.
2 points the difference. Knights hanging on. 10-8, 68, 10-6, 66. Clickety clicks.
Oh.
Something happening here.
Poor throwing. Oh, he's paid a shepherd.
No, I think he's paid it because it hit the player from the ruck throw-in that didn't nominate in the contest.
Oh, here we go.
Good call, Matthew. Okay.
Bit of a contentious rule.
Controversy.
You would never see that free kick paid in 150 years, would you?
No.
Hitting it on the back of the scone.
Noah Gown has taken the free kick. He's a very good set shot.
3 goals so far, Noah. And that's his 4th. And Gippsland take the lead. They are 11-6-72 to 10-8-68 on the NG scoreboard. And the Technica time clock is, Rick, I can't see it.
That is
16.
16 and a half, I think.
16 and a half minutes on the Technica time clock.
The next clearance is crucial.
Gippsland have got the momentum at the moment and they've taken the lead. Let's see if the Knights can answer. In the middle. Tapped over by Smith. Gets it to ground. Oh, Hodge went without it. They tap it forward through Brazier. Kicks towards centre half forward, but a great intercept mark that time by Hurrigan, who's been good in defence all day. He finds his man further afield. That was an accident. Good mark out there that time. Vander Flight. And they get it out in front of the full forward in Gown, who takes the mark.
Gee, he's been
50
impressive.
out. What's he doing? He wants to play on. Geez, he crept a bit of ground there, I thought. Thought the mark was a bit further out. But he's going to have a shot here, Noah Gown, going for his 5th.
Matches his effort last week if he kicks this.
Gown comes in and he kicks through the footy, and that's a beautiful kick.
Good kick.
And that's his 5th of the day. They're coming home strong, the Power. The Power have moved on to 12-6-78. The Knights 10-8-68. That is on the NG scoreboard, and we're 18 minutes in to this final quarter on the Technica time clock. Beautiful and timely goal to Gown.
In that passage of play there, the Gippsland Power had heaps of time and space that the Northern Knights let them have, but they used the ball really well, hit up targets on the lead, and that resulted in Noah Gown's 5th goal. Coming home very strong, the Gippsland Power. The Knights need to respond.
The Tigers are 22 points up, 17 and a half minutes into the last quarter. As Gippsland through Smith go forward. Underneath it, the Knights, they go through Simonson out wide. It is McGannon who goes back to Mosquito. Mosquito on the left boot. Oh, he almost took it again, Gown. He taps it out towards Hayes. Oh, now it's caught underneath a few players. The whistle's blown. 6 minutes to go in this game.
They just seem in control at the minute, don't they, the Power?
A lot of the game being played in Gippsland's forward half. Geelong 26 points up at 3/4 time. Tap down by Barrow. Footy just locked in. Eventually comes out towards Hayes. He just loses the handle of it. Now the Knights, brave. They do it by hand. They need to be quick. Hood lays a tackle. They handball back in towards the square. Simonson on the right boot can find some relief. Barrow gets it over to Din Tinasante. Now Bocat on the tear. Needs a kind bounce. Doesn't get it, but works his way backwards. Now he kicks laterally. Can't hit the target. Gippsland on the right boot. That is a big kick. A big kick. It comes over the back to Uzelak. He can't find it. He taps it out. We're in the pocket. Got crunched on top. And the ball will be thrown up in the forward pocket.
Flanders there. Stopped that. There was 3 against 1 and they held it up beautifully there, Gippsland.
The Knights have to take the game on, but the Gippsland Power is set up so beautifully in the back half of the ground. They're not letting them.
The Bulls rush through from behind. It's an 11-point margin here at Kramer Street. 20 minutes in to the final quarter. 4.5 minutes left. The Knights have to take some risks. They'll go down the middle here and play on. And that they do. Out in front, and White will get it. He takes it and kicks down the outer side, and they'll work it further afield. Lucenti gets it down. Back inside to White. Now they're fiddling around with it, and it'll go back to Din Tinasante. Now they'll work it inboard. There's a mark underneath the scoreboard to Brazier.
What a kick from Din Tinasante.
Brazier, he's got a kick from the boundary. He's got to have a shot. They can't muck around. Got to have a shot. And Brazier comes in from the scoreboard on the boundary. Kicks high. Bit left. Up they go. Over the back it goes. Gardner gets it and out of bounds it goes.
Good result for the Knights.
I was just about to suggest throwing Lockie Potter into the forward line, but he's come off the ground with what looks to be a tight hamstring or a hamstring injury.
Ball thrown in. Hits the deck. Knights have got some numbers at the back. Now they're tackled, dispossessed, holding the ball. Dersma. He goes laterally. It's going to be intercepted by White. Oh, I just can't take the footy. Oh, now they're in the Van Henkel. He gets the footy. He pushes it in front of him. Great take by a big fella. He's on the left boot. He looks for Gown, gets the half volley at his feet. And it's over the boundary line, out of bounds.
They've been ultra impressive, Gippsland Power, in this last quarter, just asserting their authority on this game.
11 points the difference, 22.5 minutes. Time now the enemy of the Northern Knights. It's kick forward, Wild, Cameron, quick handball to White. In a bit of trouble, back to Cameron Wild. There's a whistle on play and a free kick to Northern. Gonna need to be quick. They go in short. Mark taken on half back. Got to take a chance, Rick.
Through the middle, that's it.
They get it into the middle. Gippsland have got a pair of numbers here. Hume, kick smothered. Wild, caught, gets the handball away. Now they could be in the van. Oh, solid bump.
I didn't mind that.
On Dersma.
Thought that was in the side.
Oh, it's on.
On here.
And that was by Joel Randall. Gee, we don't see this too often in a...
No, but I thought he got him in the side and he's played on and kicked the point. I don't know if that's allowed or the umpires have allowed it.
It's really getting heated now.
Dying minutes. We've got an all-in brawl.
Spot fires everywhere.
It's the old-fashioned Donnybrook, Rick.
No doubt. Yeah, it's crucial start or time of the game. They've lost time here, the Knights, because...
Oh, goodness.
There's a free kick going. Oh, no, they're going to replay the shot, I think.
Yeah, I think it should be. Dersma has it. He's going to kick from 40 metres out directly in front. There's some players pointing to the scoreboard.
Who laid the bump that they've been reported? I think the book's come out.
Flanders was trying to spark something up again.
And Dersma's kicked the goal anyway. That's the game. Gippsland Power running all over the Knights in the final quarter. 13-7-85 to 10-8-68. And that was pretty telling into the game because the Knights had no answer there. Very controversial into the game.
Yeah, we don't get
might
this
have been
too
a
often. They
couple
just
of
need to
reports.
just take a few deep ones.
I'm scared to go out there.
Come on, Coxie. You'll have to get a couple of power players.
Interesting end to what was a brilliant win from the Gippsland.
We're all in a tad of shock up here in TAC Cup Radio Land because we don't see that in TAC Cup footy. But
I didn't. To the naked eye, that bump seemed to be on the side to me.
yeah,
I didn't think he got it in the head. So
I think it was Isaac Rossi from the Northern Knights. I think he's been put on report.
okay.
well, there was Randall, 33.
I'm a bit unsure about what happened to spark the incident. It was a heavy bump, no doubt. But I'd like to see the replay if we could.
All right, final scores as we draw breath. Hang on. Pardon me.
So how many did you pick?
Oh, sorry. 13-7-85. The Gippsland Power, they've won it by 17 points, 10-8-68. The goal kickers for the Knights, 3 to Joel Naylor and 2 to Josh Dinatinasante, 1 to Mackenzie, Potter, Beaufort and Wild. And for the Gippsland Power, 5 to Noah Gown, 2 to Xavier Dersma and 1 to Flanders, Mosquito, Hodge, Hood, Motten and Bent Velzen. And down on the ground for TAC Cup Radio is Matty Cox.
Yeah, with Noah Gown down here, mate. 5 goals today, impressive haul.
Yeah, no, it was a good team effort. Yeah, good job by the boys.
Took a few good contested marks as well inside attacking 50. Does that get you up and about?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you got good ball users all around the ground, it helps a bit.
Tough arm wrestle today too. Northern Knights really took it up to you.
Yeah, no, they were tough. Yeah, no, it was good competition. It's a good game.
All right, we'll let you go and celebrate. Well done today, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Good work, Matto.
I reckon I've just about lost.
Pretty happy with the win.
They are. Alrighty, need to gather our breath. Just while we do gather our breath, tell us about the 2 players in question today.
For the Northern...
Has Matt got the song?
We can hear it anyway.
It got a little bit lively late, Rick.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah, you don't see that too often in TAC Cup footy. Players coming from everywhere there.
Be some ramifications, I would imagine.
Do you think that's the birth of a rivalry?
Oh, they've always been rivals, these two. They've had it over a long period of time.
Yeah. Oh, well. No, that was a good game. We came to see a good game and we thought we'd get one. And that's exactly what we got. Power were terrific in that final quarter and just run away, really. They did the required running and attacked the ball hard. It was a terrific win.
So tell us about our players in question to start off with.
Tom McKenzie from the Northern Knights finished the game with 15 disposals and 1 goal, which was a great goal in the first quarter from outside 50. He was very clean with the ball all day and tried really hard as stand-in skipper of the Knights. And Matt McGannon from the Gippsland Power finished the game with 18 disposals, He was very good again off half-back, using the ball brilliantly. 16 of his 18 disposals were kicks, so he certainly loves using the ball really well by foot.
Excellent work. Picked another couple of good players today. Our, yes?
Our executive maintenance mark of the day
Yep.
went to Josh Dintenisante for that final quarter. Took a ripper, and he's only 175 centimetres.
Not much of him. That was a great mark. I agree with you, Rick.
And our AFL Draft Central goal of the day was that running goal from Lachlan Potter. He was terrific and burst through the middle of the ground, followed up inside 50 and slotted it through to the Preston market. And that was a great goal. There was a lot of good goals, especially outside 50 today. There was about 3 of those that were long kicks from a standing start even. But good game of footy to call, that's for sure.
All right, that leads us to our, Nixon Finance Player of the Day. And we're going to have a prize to give away for this. We have to have a team discussion about how we're going to do this too, by the way, but we'll get on to that with the beanies.
All right.
Going to be some beanies to give away to the
Yeah,
best man on
we're
the
giving away some TAC Cup Radio beanies, or one to the Player of the Day.
Yep.
And we're going to start it off this week, aren't we?
Well, we haven't got the beanies yet.
No, but we'll get it.
Get them this week.
We can get it out to our players.
Yep. Absolutely. So we might kick off the votes, Siobhan.
It's very tough to give out the votes today. Really, it was a very even performance from both sides. I've given 1 vote to Josh Dintenisante from the Northern Knights. I thought he was really impressive as a small forward today for them. He certainly took the mark of the day, was very competitive in the forward line, put on a lot of pressure and kicked a few goals himself. I've given 2 votes to Noah Gown from the Gippsland Power, kicking 5 goals, backed up his performance from last week. He was very impressive. I've given 3 votes to... I've lost them here. 3 votes to Matthew McGannon from the Gippsland Power, who was my player watch. I thought his disposal all day was really impressive. Uses the ball really well and provides a lot of run and carry. And I've given 4 votes in the Player of the Day for me to Kyle Reid from the Gippsland Power. He was a brick wall all day down back for the Gippsland Power and took many marks. Very solid player for them today.
Matto.
I'm going to give 1 vote also to Josh Dintenisante. I think he provided a bit of spark up forward in the urgency that the Northern Knights had in the first 3 quarters. Felt that was the thing that dropped off in that last quarter and allowed the Power to get over the line. 2 votes to Bailey Beck. Just impressed me again with his decision making and ball use. Same for Xavier Dersma. He got my 3 votes today. Just his decision making in the tight contests, able to navigate the ball out. A very skillful, very footy smart player as well. My 4 votes went to Noah Gown. 5 goals and crashing packs. A good traditional full forward. Good to see in modern football.
Interesting. Bit close on the same theme here. I gave 1 to Dintenisante, just because I like saying his name. I thought he was their best player today, the Knights. I thought it was great. I gave 2 votes to Noah Gown. His 5 goals were excellent leading forward on the ground, gave him a big target. 3 votes to Xavier Dersma, the captain of the Gippsland Power. Thought he was excellent just all day, just led the team well. And I gave my 4 votes to Matthew McGannon, so I thought he was just prolific around the ground. I was interested to see him and I liked what I saw.
Some differing opinions here, so I've got the final say in who gets the beanie.
Go for it, Rick.
I gave 1 vote to Kyle Reid of the Power. I thought he was terrific in defence, took a lot of contested marks and repelled many attack. So I gave him 1 vote. So 2 votes I gave to Ryan Bokert. I thought he was terrific today. A bit quieter in the last quarter, but he played beautifully through that middle half. I thought he was a terrific player for the Knights today. I gave 3 votes to Beck. Bailey Beck, I thought he was great all day, 4-quarter player. And I gave my 4 votes to the best forward on the day today. Thought he was the telling difference between the two teams, Noah Gown, with 4 votes.
So what was the tally?
So the tally was 12 votes for Noah Gown. So he is our Nixon Finance Player of the Day.
And second?
Quite comfortably. McGannon was 7, and I think Dersma was 6, was the next best.
All right, Noah Gown takes the chocolates home today. That is TAC Cup Radio for round 13.